What's really good, LeSBP Trading, Familia, Buenos Dias, Bonjour, Bon dia, Salbona, Guten Abend, Konbanwa, Masake, Aptav. Thank you all for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking about this week's trades. Don't forget, this is just practice trades. I'm trying to kind of remold my strategy in a sense to where I'm not going for home run trades in any sense. I'm going for smaller, more reliable, I guess. Not more reliable, to be honest, because it could be, a bad trade anyway. But either way, we're going for smaller trades, which has honestly helped my strike rate at least. Um, if you don't know, of course, the higher your strike rate, the higher your risk to reward, of course, the lower amount of trades you're going to receive, um, as in wins in a sense. The lower that risk reward ratio is, though, the higher you might win. It's not always the case because depending on your strategy, it could really fuck you over. But for me, it's been actually pretty good. So we'll be talking about this week, which was Monday the 19th through Friday the 23rd, and just going over the practice trades that I took. It is a paper trading account; it's not real. We will be participating also in the trading challenge, pay-per-view trading challenge or whatever. Um, I don't think that starts for another few days, so we still got a little bit of time before that happens. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so starting off at the beginning of the week, um, I'm kind of looking at this from a broader perspective. I'm looking at it, well, not really a broader perspective. I'm using support resistance as in like what was the high of the day and low of the day now. It honestly isn't doing much to say like, oh God, it's gonna help me enter a trade or exit a trade, but it does give me at least the range of the market and possible range of where it could go, which has I feel like has helped me at least mentally. If not trading strategy wise, it's helped me mentally say like, all right, we're looking good, we're within the range that I can see, or we're outside of that range now. Where do we go to next, kind of thing. So starting off with Monday, we had a pretty decent trading day. If you look back at like Friday, the previous Friday on the 16th, you can see that the range was right from about right here to right down here. We went slightly outside that range, but as you can see, this trade right here went back into that range and up and above that previous day. So as you can see, we only took we were supposed to take one trade here. This was actually a missed opportunity. I literally watched this happen, and I think that's one of the things that I have to really focus in on, because missed opportunities usually, I would say 9 times out of 10, any missed opportunities for me are always a decent trade. So as you can see, we're only going for 10 pips instead of what my usual goal would be is like 60 pips. Now in this day, it would have been really close to that. It didn't actually hit it, but it would have been about 50 some odd pips if we had went for that. But to me, I feel like I rather go for something that I feel like is adequate. It's going to be enough for me to actually make money. And that's why I'm practicing using 6 contracts, 10 pips, which is about $300 each time I win. And it's been going really well. So this day was a missed opportunity day. That was Monday, as you can see, easy 10 pips, easy over 10 pips. And then that leads us into the next day. And that's the range for Monday. Basically, I take whatever low it is from like, whether it be like London session going into New York or the cross, whichever one's lower is the point that I'm taking basically as my high and low of the day. Then you move into Tuesday, and as you can see, if I mark off the range from about here and then here, and I'm just doing this preemptively because of course we wouldn't have known that was the range for that day. But Tuesday it goes into this this slight range here. This one was missed opportunity as well. It's not that I didn't actually take this trade. I took this trade. I just didn't let it play out. Once again, another mental issue of mine. Missed opportunities and then getting nervous and scared and not letting the trade play out. We had a decent trade here. It got really close to what the stop loss was, which was the top of this candle. So as you can see, top of that candle was right here. And it would have been really close. I'm not really necessarily sure if it would have knocked me out or not, because of course, there is a spread. So it's a 0.25 spread. So it possibly could have knocked me out. But from what I can see, this candle did not touch the top of this candle. So from what I can see, it looks like we missed the opportunity to actually get a 10 pip W. Now, once again, the risk reward on this is 0.58. So it's not even a one-to-one risk reward. But that's what I was saying, or that's what I was talking about basically, where that risk reward could help or harm you depending on what your trading strategy is. And in this case, it looks like it would have helped me. Once again, I don't know if this would have knocked me out at that 0.25, with that 0.25, maybe slippage or 0.25, not slippage, what's the word I'm looking for? I literally just said it. But, the 0.25 worth of pips that, the ask and the buy is set at. So I'm not sure if it would have knocked me out, but, hey, it looks like it would have been good. So that would have been another 10 pips, which is another $300 on the day. This day was a little bit rangy, but it actually worked out pretty fine. We missed the first opportunity here. We ended up taking this trade for a negative 4.25 pips, which I think it's 5 times 6. So that's like 22 times 6. It was like $130 or something like that, basically, that we lost on this. But then we came back and we won $14. I basically made up for the 4.25 here, which gave us $300 on the day. If we would have taken that first trade too as well, it would have been $600 on the day. And that was pretty decent. So moving the range down to where that's at, this is the high of the day. And then this would be the technical low of the day. And then as you can see, we kind of pushed outside of that range a little bit on the low of the previous day. And then we pushed back into that range. But it was a very small range, as you can see. It didn't go really high or anything like that. But we only had one trade opportunity on this day, which we took. And that came first thing in the morning at like 9:45. And it was almost basically a one-to-one. Really decent trade. As you can see, it went up a little bit more. But to be honest, I'm glad with the 10 pips that we had. So moving that AOI to here. And then as you can see, the range got a lot smaller. Instead of it being 50 to 60 pips, I think this is like, instead of it being like 80 to 90 pips, it ended up being like a 60 pip range on this one, in any sense. And as you can see, we kind of dove down. This is Friday going into Friday. So that's Thursday going into Friday. We dove down through the bottom of the low for the previous day on Thursday. And then we kind of poked back into that, but we actually came right back below that range of Thursday. And I took a simple trade here. This was a $300 day. We actually took two trades. Sorry, I took the 1 minute time frame instead of the 5 minute on this one. So we took these two trades instead of that trade. So we actually missed that opportunity, and we took the 1 minute time frame. Now, in my head, I really want to take the 5 minute, but I'm also seeing some really, really great opportunities on that 1 minute time frame. It seems like the 1 minute time frame gives us a smaller stop loss, which is fantastic. But at the same time, trying to get those 10 pips sometimes just doesn't work out. So I like it, but I'm trying to decide on whether I use the 5 minute or the 1 minute. And that's currently where we're at right now with tweaking the strategy. So as we figure this out, I'll probably do this through that trading competition for the paper trading competition. I'll probably do it through that time frame. And then that's when I'll more than likely go ahead and re-up on the trading challenge for Take Profit Trader, and we'll go from there. So other than that, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks. It was a pretty smooth week. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it was relatively choppy on a few days, it was a pretty smooth week with the decrease in the amount of pips I'm going for. And that's what I really wanted to change. I really wanted to change my strike rate and see if I can get a better strike rate with a better win percentage with a better win percentage. I know that my risk reward is going to be slightly skewed. I'm going to have maybe a 0.5 to 1 risk reward, or sometimes it's going to be even lower than that. But if I can continue to win those 10 pips, build up, and watch my losses to make sure I'm not just going in, where I end up losing $1,000 to $2,000 in a day, then I should be relatively fine, as long as I can keep stacking on those $300, $600, and sometimes even $900 days with just 10 pips each, depending on if I have two, three good trades. Because there are some days where I've seen I can easily make $900 with 3 decent 10 pip trades. So that's going to be what I'm going to be working on for this next month. I'm going to keep you all updated in how the paper trading is going, and then how the competition goes for trading view, and then after that, we'll be rolling back into the actual live take profit trader challenge. All right, y'all. Thanks. That's all I got. Peace. Man, my voice.